You are watching JJ's Lifted Horizons.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul.
Same old face, but new content.
Status quo. If you stop believing we're meant to.
You're either going to cry, laugh, smile, or learn.
If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I. Baby,
That's because JJ's lifting the world.
whole world at our feet. We could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between.
One video at a time. I'm G Money, and I support this channel.
It's Sundays, so that means it's JJ's Lifted Horizons, and it is our Sunday night hangout. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. We've got my stepmom, Nancy Naylor. We got TJ, Dan, and Mrs. Shadetree is in here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming in today. We've even got people in the background that are not typing in the chat, and my dad is still trying to figure out how to get me on the TV, but it's going to be fun, because we have a special guest tonight, so I want to bring her up right away. We're not going to get into everything that we normally get in today, but we'll get into that just a little bit. Our Blinker Flu of the Week segment's going to be postponed a little bit because our special guest is giving us the first 15 minutes of the show, and I don't want to waste any of it. So let us bring up our regular panelists. We've got Mr. Dan, the droning veteran, and we've got Paul. And coming to us from Massachusetts, and the first time on the show, hopefully not her last time, let's welcome Laurel to the program. Mr. Karl Marx, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Tonight we're joined by Laurel Smith-Doerr. I'm sorry, I don't want to. How do you pronounce your last?
Yeah, just like the door.
Just like door. All right, perfect. She's from UMass to talk about the Future of Trucking project. It's a study I was proud to be a part of. In just a few short minutes, we'll find out from her what her goals are and if there's anything she can share from her research that's done already. But before we go into that, she is a professor of sociology at University of Massachusetts Amherst. She got her PhD in sociology from the University of Arizona in 1999. She focuses on science and technology for everyone. So thank you so much for being on the program tonight, Laurel.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me, Jason. It's great to be here.
So for folks who haven't heard about the project, what is it about and what has surprised you so far?
Yeah, so it's been really interesting to think about AI in the context of trucking, right? So everybody's talking about AI and society in general. And with trucking, of course, there's this discussion about driverless trucks and automation. And it's kind of interesting that, the people who are talking about it, the pundits, are always seeming to think that automation and driverless trucks are inevitable. But, I'm a little skeptical of that and want to actually talk to drivers, right? Well, there's not enough centering of the drivers' voices in this kind of conversation. So that's what this project is about, is really to get the perspective of truck drivers themselves on the future of trucking. And so, yeah, it's been really interesting. I've learned so much from talking to truck drivers about their thoughts about the future of work rather than, just listening to the pundits. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad that you're actually reaching out to the truck drivers. And one of the things that I'm going to make sure everybody knows is how to get in touch with you and with your researcher that you're working with, so that they're able to reach out to you. Because, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we get put onto us is given to us by people that have never even driven a truck. They've studied the transportation industry. They've read a lot of it from books and stuff, but they don't have firsthand knowledge. So the one thing, did you want to share that little anecdote that you shared with me about how you?
Yes, I have not driven a truck. So like true confession, that's not something that I have experience with, but I have a real appreciation for truck drivers. And you may be talking about the anecdote, so I'm probably dating myself here, but when I was, going from University of Arizona to my first teaching job in Boston, driving all the way across the country, this was before cell phones. And so it was the middle of the night on I-10, I don't know, outside of nowhere in New Mexico. And our car broke down, and it was, pitch black, no lights, hardly any cars going by. And so we flagged down a truck driver. And I always just really appreciated that when I was in distress and in need of help, a truck driver really, helped us out, got us to the nearest, gas station so that we were able to get a tow for our car.
That's really, really cool that you had that positive experience.
Yes,
we got one question from my dad, actually. How do you get a population for survey data?
Oh, that's a great question. So I didn't talk about what the study is. It's not a survey, actually. It's a method that is called photo voice. And so we actually ask drivers to take photos and share them with us and tell us their stories about how they imagine the future of work, but also how automation and technology is used right now in the way that drivers do their work on a daily basis. And so, I should say first, I want to thank all of the truck drivers who have participated so far. We're just really grateful for all of you who have participated. And we're learning a lot from this process. And the way that we get people to participate is by sending out our flyers, by hopefully, people like Jason, who, since he self-revealed, he participated, telling people about the study so that they can join in as well. So it is a time-intensive study. So it's not like a survey where you just sort of click some boxes. It's pretty involved. It requires 2 sessions. The first one, we talk about the future of work and develop themes. So the drivers are telling us what is important about the future of work from their perspectives. So I don't have a survey that I'm asking people. It's really coming from the drivers themselves and what they think is important. And then the drivers go and take their photos or find them on their photo roll. But as Jason knows, no identifying pictures. So we don't have any pictures of anybody's faces or license plates or anything like that. It's all kind of above board in terms of not revealing any particular individuals. And then in the second session, the participants show their pictures and they tell us their stories. And so because we know this is pretty time intensive, we compensate the participants $150 for their participation. So,
which is really nice that you're doing that. What are you hearing from drivers that companies or policymakers need to understand right now?
yeah, I think, we're still collecting stories and data and information. So this is not definitive, but I think some of the interesting things for me that I'm hearing about from different folks. So, different drivers, unionized, owner operators, hazardous material drivers, women drivers, so we've talked to a variety of different folks, and it's really interesting to hear about, drivers' concern about safety with things like automation. So there's a real concern that driverless trucks are not going to be the safest on the road. And I'll just say, as someone who drives on the highway, that I don't feel safe with the idea of having driverless trucks out there. I'd much rather have an experienced human being in a truck.
Right.
And so, so that's a lot of what we're hearing from truck drivers is some skepticism about whether there could actually be, driverless trucks, at least in the near future, because of everything that's involved with, an 80,000-pound truck going down the road, right? So.
Right. Paul or Dan, do you have a question for Laurel?
So put me on the spot.
I know, right?
It's all right.
So, I mean, this is more of a not as much as a question as it is a thought about the AI stuff. Is one of the things that I like in my car, and I know some of the rigs have this too, is the cruise control, right? So if I get out on the freeway, it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's way easier for that truck to just stay on the freeway and chill and just go down the road. But more than having it run the whole way, because
Sorry, I think
you still there?
I think I'm breaking up.
You're back.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry about that, Paul. Can you repeat that? I missed it.
So basically, I was saying is one of the things that I think is probably the first stage of trusting any kind of automation is the cruise control. Being able to just get on the freeway, set cruise, and the truck will stay on the freeway and just chill on down the road. You're still behind the wheel, but it would allow us to, in theory, it would be a little safer if the guy was, if the guy's not good enough to not fall asleep behind the wheel, or do something stupid behind the wheel. So I would say that part's more realistic, having that cruise control, than it is, because as soon as you get off the freeway, there's no more laws. Like, all the laws of driving a car go out the window as soon as you leave the freeway, because nothing is made for big rigs. You'd have to perfect artificial intelligence. You'd have to have it it'd have to watch out for everybody, all that stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Catching the cat across the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Or the little ducky.
Yes. We've seen some pictures of some interesting things in the road that truck drivers have taken pictures of. Yeah. Yeah. And Paul, thanks for that. I think, what we hear is that drivers appreciate technologies that allow them to make good decisions, right? And to sort of be in control of the technology rather than, the technology being, in control of them. Like we haven't heard anything good about the cameras that face the drivers. Nobody is in favor of that.
I mean, what if I want to pick my nose? I mean, come on.
Right.
I wouldn't like it. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to be on camera when I'm working. Yeah.
Dan, did you have a question?
Not so much a question, but more, you know this place, Jason, where it was a couple of years ago that I went on a delivery here in Salt Lake, or not in Salt Lake, but out towards Tremont and Logan area. and we're going to this delivery, and it doesn't give us a name other than the name of the company. I can't remember the name of the company. And we're like, we see all these signs, automated trucks, automated trucks. I'm like, what in the world? And then there was like a track, and this place was doing. They had automated trucks, and the truck that we seen driving around the track was simulating a big mine dump truck that was going around. But I was talking to the guys when we got there. They had golf course lawnmowers that would go and mow the lawn automatically, kind of like those Roku vacuums or whatever. They had, but what got me was they had yard dog trucks, and a yard dog is just a small semi that hurries up and moves trucks or moves trailers around yards. But they had like a mechanical arm and everything with the arm or the airline, and it was just automatic. And I'm like, I don't know, that just blew my mind away. And this was like a couple of years ago, so I don't know how far they've gone, but it still scares the crap out of me. I mean, there should not be a truck going down the road with nobody in control of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I'm a taxpayer. I pay for the public highways. Why should, companies be able to just test out their things on our roads without asking for permission, right?
But they do ask for permission through the FMCSA, but the FMCSA is really doing a rubber stamp on some of these companies. And they've been doing it with the mirrorless trucks. I don't know if you've seen the mirrorless trucks going down the highway where they just have the cameras, because cameras never fail. Just ask the FMCSA. I've got a couple, and I'm going to give these. I don't know if these are questions more than they are comments, and I know that you've got to run. But my dad says, having a background in stat, it sounds like there may be a bias in the sample, even though I agree with the hypothesis. And then Linda, I just met her the other day, and she is a very interesting woman, and I'm going to be doing some work with her in the future. And she says, if you are not taking a random sample of the population, are you reporting the demographics, and how does that compare to all drivers? And I'll let you comment on that, and then I will let you do what you need to do.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. I love that question. So as I mentioned, this is sort of the qualitative part of the study where we go in depth, but it is really important to understand sort of like what the general population is like too. So on the broader project that I'm working with at UMass, I'm also working with an engineer and also a regional economist. And so he's doing the population, the statistical studies that we're relying on to give us sort of the background. And then we're, diving more deeply into understanding what are the perspectives of drivers. So altogether, having this interdisciplinary study comes together to really help us understand a little bit better about drivers' perspectives on this AI and automation. So I hope that answers a little bit of what you're saying. But I am definitely interested in talking to more of greater variety of drivers. So women drivers, drivers of color. That would be great. I put in the chat the email address. I don't know if that's something that Jason can share.
Yep.
I mistyped it, and then I think I typed it right. UMassfutureoftrucking@gmail.com.
I do have it posted in the chat right now. I will also have it in the video description below for anybody that's watching the replay on this. Laurel, it has been so great to have you on the show. I hope that you will come back in the future sometime and give us your insights on how you're doing on the study. And
Sure.
we can talk about anything in the trucking industry that you find interesting as well, because we've got a lot of people that have a lot of great insight, and I'm sure that you could probably take that and run with that in a future study.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and great to meet you, Paul and Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
All right, have a good
Thank you, Laurel.
Stay warm up there, and don't send that cold weather my way.
We'll try.
So what about her, guys? Just a very fascinating interview. And I think she's doing some really important work for the trucking industry right now that we're not getting from people in the higher ups.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Completely.
That'll be interesting. I'll send her an email and try to get on that. And
Yeah, definitely do. If you are in the trucking industry and you care about what's going to be happening with AI in the trucking industry, go to umassfutureoftrucking@gmail.com. That's umassfutureoftrucking@gmail.com. Go through and do the interview with them, get your themes and everything, and then definitely go take pictures and do what you need to do and earn the $150 because it's legit. I got the $150. So, it's not for show. So let's bring it back in, TJ and Gary, so that they can join us for this week's octane flavored blinker fluid of the week.
Right.
Let's get into
Oh,
it.
man. At least I wasn't smoking brakes.
Welcome to the Low Search series on YouTube.
Just don't ask anyone.
Oh, no.
You won't be disappointed. Always keep your head on.
And we have the blinker fluid dancers.
Red light runners. We have those crazy drivers.
looks like he has one ear.
Every now and then
Bunny ears.
so buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Blinker fluid of the week.
Bumpy ride.
Oh, look, he says it's teddy bear too. How cute.
And here we go, 1 through 5. So here's number 1.
It's a new trend. This intersection will become quite famous on blinker fluid.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, that red car needed to get to the bathroom.
Yes.
Here's number 2, because they did number 2.
Oh,
Number
some of these.
2.
Oh. What do you think
Thank
now?
you.
Oh,
Oh,
dang it.
holy cow.
That was close.
See, the problem is you were supposed to run that light. The car was going to follow through.
Yeah, I know. I should have. I should have led by example.
Here's number 3.
Look at all that
You would think
beautiful
that it's going to be this pickup truck.
Or is it?
Or is it not?
You never know.
It's
I don't know
spooky.
what might come out.
driving the truck.
Or is it the van?
It could be the Mormon assault vehicle.
No, that's the Suburban. Gotta get that right. No, minivans. are-
Hey, I was right.
Yes.
And here we go with number 4. I am not swaying the audience tonight. There's no hashtag swayed tonight.
No hashtag Suede. We like hashtag Suede. Almost as much as hashtag We Chicken.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you're
Guess I-
supposed to
I
do
guess-
that.
I guess you didn't want to go left.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to do that. If you don't want to go left, you just merge back into it. That's all.
That's how it's done. I'm learning.
And here's number 5.
Which one is it? Can you guess?
No, that would never happen.
Never.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow,
God.
that was
Karma.
awesome. That was
Karma. Karma fights back.
awesome. Dan,
Like he literally like went from like one side to the other.
Gotta love it.
all right. I have to admonish Mr. Dan for a minute. Dan,
Like a
why didn't
fart?
you stop and congratulate that box truck driver for what they just did? Because
I should've left in a
for the
hurry.
first time ever in blinker fluid history, have we seen a car try to pass in the center lane and get redirected back into the lane of travel? That is the first time ever. I'm going to do it again. That is a first. That is a first. So
find him
1
and give
through
him a
5.
bottle.
Yes. 1 through 5. Do your votes. I'm not swaying the audience, but
Here's the ultimate van right here, baby. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Make sure you can see the headlights. You know, that big old ship coming down the road. That's it.
That
Yep.
almost looks like what's that?
From the movie.
That's from National Lampoon.
The Griswolds. The Griswolds.
Yeah,
vehicle. That's what it is.
Exactly. Exactly.
I actually saw when Chevy did the refresh of their Silverados, they were or not their Silverados, but their heavy duty trucks. They were actually comparing that to the Griswold's family vehicle.
Well, they did put double. They have like double headlights on some of those. Ford.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
like this freaking tall.
Right. And we've got the votes coming in, so thank you everybody for voting. But the one thing that I do need to share with Mr. Miles, well, let's start with Gary, and then I will get to what needs to be shared with Miles.
Can you put me on the big screen, please?
Yes, sir.
This is for, all right, this is Bandit, and he wants to say something. First of all,
Okay.
he'd like to thank Dr. Laurel. It was pretty awesome. Like, so let's give a big hand of applause to her. It was really, really cool. Anyway, so my friend Miles, tell him to hit me up on Facebook, you know what I mean? Or, you know, like shoot me a chat, a DM, whatever. But anyway, so this is Bandit over and out, you know, like he's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Peace out, my friend.
And this is a message from Gary to Miles, who's right now currently sleeping, but I'm sure he'll watch the replay. So let's see what he has to say for Miles here.
Hey, Miles, I got you a Playmate, bro. Make some room in the Volvo. His name's Hank. Peace, brother. Hey, Miles.
Wait a second.
It's like Miles' twin.
How in the hell am I supposed to fit Hank in the Volvo with Miles?
Put him on the back of the truck.
Go ahead, Gary.
You could first start by putting him in the video. Like, you reduced him so much. Like, come on, man. Wake up.
I mean, he is quite the diva. I think you did say something right by saying that he's been feminized a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like your dog has. Yeah. Not Hank.
Yeah. No, not Hank.
Yeah. I mean, he walks sassays around with the little booties on. Come on, man. You don't do that to a dog. And then you're gonna go snip, snip. No, come on, man. You don't do that. You don't do that to canines.
Sadie has also been sleeping, but you have your thoughts on Sadie as well.
Oh yeah, that little biatch. I didn't put myself in check there.
So is Sadie is obviously your mom and dad's dog.
Right. Sadie always sleeps. So we had, and then Gary's got one more thing here that he wants to share.
Yeah, let me try and see if I can do this successfully.
Did you
It's hard to
spike your
do it out here
Johnson
in the
juice?
dark, but this is maple syrup. I have a couple thoughts on this. I would like some interjection from the crowd. I can gift this to DJ Drips, or we can auction it off as a part of a package. I do have availability to get more of this Alabama, delicacy right here, but I won't be able to go out there tomorrow. They're closed. But if you guys want some real maple syrup from, it's Nick Saban approved, so I'm, just tell me what you think.
Are you sure it's Nick Saban approved? Have you gotten a sign off from Nick Saban?
Well, it might have been Nick Saban, or I don't know. Or what. I don't know.
Craven?
Dog training?
I would say we're already sponsored by Johnson Juice, and sorry, there is no more juice available on this show.
That is true, and we want to give the rightful credit to the unofficial sponsor of this program. That would be Johnson Juice.
I've got the cocktail sauce and the Johnson juice mixed in. So what I'm going to do is just swallow drizzle, swallow swizzle, a little bit of that on there. Now we're going to talk about these tuna chunks, tuna kebab. Here's one small piece. Tuna kebabs with Johnson juice and cocktail sauce. It's not bad. It's really good. Talk about good improv. Thank you, Johnson Juice. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Great organization.
Nothing tastes better, all thanks to you.
Thank you, Johnson Juice. And my sister Jennifer has something against Johnson Juice, but let me tell you,
Oh, he's got the shirt on.
I wear the merchandise proud. Very, very proud of the Johnson Juice. But okay, so let's go back to what we were talking about earlier when Laurel was on, and just want to give everybody a chance to share their thoughts on it. And TJ, you had some thoughts about the AI in trucking when Laurel was on, and I just want to give you a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I think I'd be kind of scared if I seen, like, if I was just just casually driving down the road one day and I just seen a random car go by and nobody was in it and it was just driving by itself. I would just kind of scratch my head and just think, did I just see what I think I saw? I mean,
well, and it would be different.
I would be scared.
Yeah, but you're saying a car. What if it was a fully loaded
car or
semi?
A truck.
Yeah,
a car or a loaded semi. Like either one, I would scratch my head and say, did I just see what I think I saw? Was there anybody in that vehicle? I would be scared for my life. I would definitely be scared.
Oh, Dad, yes,
you do what I do.
You're gonna have to definitely produce more. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
Say, you do what I do when you see a truck going down a mountain pass, smoking its brakes. You stay behind it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Paul, I'm going to come to you on this question. You and we've actually talked about AI and driverless trucks and just like a lot of it. and we've talked extensively about how some of these larger companies and the government and everybody, they don't listen to the drivers. What does this give you any hope that maybe somebody's out there that's actually going to be listening to the drivers and maybe take us a little bit more serious?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what she's gonna or who she's gonna have that. Well, actually, right now she might actually be able to get to somebody who would actually have a conversation with her and actually care about the subject, unlike normal administrations who don't ever seem to listen to anybody. And but I so again, my thinking is this is like we're a long way away from the until those trucks could somehow drive off the freeway perfectly, they're never going to take over. Like if you kind of go backwards to the far extreme, they would have to be perfectly good at driving around town without running anything over or getting stuck, which we see Waymo. You know, if you guys have seen the Waymo videos of them getting stuck in front of trucks, and especially in San Francisco where everything's confusing, until they can create that perfection, we're not gonna like the cruise control. I think is the best route, man. You should be able to hit cruise control on the freeway and you can just kick back and relax and be like, ah, yeah. And even get up out of the seat if you wanted to and walk around, get some exercise, you know, do some pull-ups in the truck there, you know, if you have a Volvo, you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what part matters necessarily what the drivers think, because more than likely it's just going to be whether it's going to be if tech can take over and then the companies decide they want to try to use it until they kill a few people and decide that, well, maybe it's not a good idea yet. And, you know, then they go back and start hiring drivers again. I don't know.
Well, here's one thing. Have you heard of Kodiak?
It's a vehicle.
I'm not going to play the audio. Because I don't want to be demonetized. But I'm going to share with you a little bit of video from Kodiak. And here are their driverless trucks. And these are actually trucks that are working out in the oil fields right now.
What? That's crazy.
These trucks are not running with any drivers in them.
Talking.
Can you?
can hear the talking, yeah.
All right. Hang on.
How is that possible?
That should be muted. Is it better now?
Yeah, now I can't hear it.
Okay. So these trucks are going through these roads with nothing. Nobody in them.
How is that even possible?
Now it's possible because they've created enough. They can read the roads enough. If you ever make it out to the California and you go to the computer museum, they show it's an older version. I don't know if they've updated it, but they show an older version of how the vehicles read the road, and they use LiDAR, which you've probably also heard. That's how they use some of the radar is made with the same technology of sorts. But that LiDAR reads the road and it reads everything around it. They've taught it how to read a person, a dog, whatever, and then it's the same thing with the road. It's like they're teaching it like where's the road at, and what it sees and what it thinks is the road. And the key word is thinks. Because if the road, like, that's a little tricky. I bet that one of the things with my car that has lane assist, and it will go around the corners, but it's not when you're if we're on a high speed 2-lane road and you're making a right turn, the car won't keep up with it at 55 mile an hour. So, and the reason these things can get away with doing that, one, that's like driving on a freeway, maybe with a few small turns, but There's no people, there's no curbs, there's no lights, there's no nothing. Nobody else is around there. So that thing can do whatever wide, weird turn it wants to do. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, basically. That's,
So are those
And
trucks
plus, it's
being
probably geo-fenced into the road. Like,
yes,
I-
exactly.
are they being operated from like a distribution center somewhere or something?
I would imagine somebody's doing something because I know Waymo, like I just watched a video. People were in the Waymo and the Waymo blocked a train. And so the Waymos get confused and they don't know what to do. So the people had to push the button on the Waymo and the Waymo called somebody. And then that somebody, here's how stupid this was. That person pushed the button and it went to one person and the other person had to escalate it to another person. Like,
Right.
like how dumb can you be? So in
Right.
theory,
Gary-
there should be somebody
That
watching.
does sound pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Gary has a question.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but to me, as I've done courier service. I'm not a truck driver per se, but like, did anybody notice that these driverless trucks have a steering wheel? What's up with that? Come on, man. Talk to me. Talk to.
Well,
on.
yeah, because I mean the vehicle is still going to have an ability to have somebody override it, I guess, if there's an issue.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
If
but
there's nobody in the vehicle, who's going to override it? If there's nobody in the vehicle. I'm sorry for
Right,
yelling
well-
at you. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's really it's at a state of confusion right now because nobody has any sort of contingency plan for if anything goes wrong, right? They want to try and do this without a driver behind the wheel, but they don't have any way of having any sort of contingency if something goes wrong because they feel like nothing can ever go wrong, Gary.
Can I make another comment?
Yeah.
No.
All right, there's this really rich dude that does all kind of like aerospace technology and driverless cars and stuff like that. You may have heard of him. I'm not really sure, but anyway, one time a while back when my vehicle was broken down, I had to subscribe to an application, and a driver picked me up, ends up dropping me off at my place of employment. As he's pulling up, he was telling me about this basically driverless technology, and I'm like, dude, like, couldn't you have told me before? Because like, he drive me the whole way to work without his abilities, but I had to tip him, not the car. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy. I was not happy about that. Like, I really like at least inform the people. If hey, this is how we're going to travel. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Okay, so that brings up another question. And before I get to that, my dad has a valid point. Let's have them pick up logs in the UP in the backcountry where there's no roads exist. I mean, down there in Texas where they're doing that oil field stuff, that's fine because they can make roads. But if you're doing logging in the logging trails, not even the UP, let's say Montana, Washington, Oregon, where they go out into the forests and they're cutting down trees and pulling them out to bring to the lumber mills or the paper mills, how are these driverless trucks supposed to actually function? Bandit, you have a question.
Yeah, Bandit wants to ask. We have been talking about this a little bit off camera, a little bit. I don't know how well you can see him. There he is. But he wants to know, like, do the driverless trucks have to have a mandatory rest time, or how does that work? Because you would think like internal mechanisms, like mechanical parts, would fail. So that's Bandit's question. Thank you, my friend.
That's a very good question, and I think I'm going to give that to Paul because I think we've actually talked about this.
So there's a couple of different things that are happening. Obviously, there's actuators that are moving the steering wheel, and yes, the reason they still have the steering wheels in there is because even though these trucks are automated, like my car is technically, and actually I've driven a Chevy Tahoe that actually will change lanes for you, and it will basically drive without you touching anything, and it will change lanes and do all that stuff, and it's a normal vehicle unless you turn that on. And so you're gonna have all these actuators and different, electric motors that are moving things. In theory, electric motors are really good and last very, very long. And so then you're gonna add sensors to all of those things for any kind of overheat or any kind of weirdness. It's all about sensors, and programs are gonna read what's happening, and the feedback equals whether or not something is not working correctly or broken or whatever. So it is a huge dependence on technology and the sensors that read everything, that read the steering. Like it's sensors. If you think there's a lot of computers in the cars now, which is like 10 or 12 or whatever, depending on which car you're driving, it's going to be worse when that comes into play.
But what his question is the amount of time that truck is going to have to be shut down in order for it to be maintained, or is there going to be a certain amount of time that truck's going to have to shut down in order to make sure that it doesn't get overexposed or run into a situation where it's going to basically short circuit itself?
Most of it, again, that's all about sensors and heat. And then if you think about it, they're still going to have to fill those trucks up. So somehow the truck's going to have to stop somewhere. And
they're going to have to fill them up? No way.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
could run off of nuclear fuel.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, hell yeah, dude. I'm all for that, man. I want a small little nuke in the front. Problem solved. Never have to fill it up again. Done, baby.
Exactamundo.
Heck yeah. It's like diesel hybrids. They're the bomb. If my car had a diesel, I'd get 60, 70 miles to the gallon in my little SUV that is a hybrid with gas. But they just won't make the diesel.
But according to my dad, they've tried this in the UP with log trucks. It was a total failure, especially in the winter time. And I could see that. I mean,
that's
you're trying to
trickier.
Does UP referring to Upper Peninsula?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's up in Canada or whatever the hell that is up there.
We're still part of the United States. So
yeah, no, they say that, but it's like I might as well be Canada. Hold on, let me drink my old-fashioned milk here out of a bottle.
Well, there you go. I think the biggest I think the biggest reason why they do all of this testing down south is because they know they can't compete in the wintertime. They can't do the things in the snow that they're going to be able to do when it's 70, 80 degrees year round. But I mean, we already know from even 2 winters ago where Dallas got all that ice and snow on the roads. There's no time in history where you can say that there's not going to be snow on the roads. So there's never going to be a time where you can say that you can completely pull the driver away from the truck. But the goal of these driverless truck companies, and Paul, you're our Texas expert. Didn't Texas pass a law saying that these driverless trucks aren't supposed to be on the highways without a driver in them?
Maybe. I'll have to look that one up.
You'll have to look that up.
They probably did.
Because I know that they were trying to pass a law saying that you couldn't have driverless trucks on the road without a driver in them, but I don't know if it actually passed.
But anyways, as to the it's kind of it's not as bad as say like when you're using struts or shocks on an off-road situation where you're really stressing the shocks out like crazy, and they have to they'll overheat and sometimes they'll actually break, and that's why they use fluid shocks. With all these electric motors, most of that stuff is not going to get super hot as long as there's not a problem, or it gets stuck. Like if that truck gets stuck, human beings are going to be pulling it out all day long. Until we have robots that are running around as tow trucks, where humans are still going to be moving these trucks in some way or another, and that's why I bring up the cruise control thing, man, because it'd be sick if I could sit here in El Paso and hit cruise control and I have 1,000 miles to go and I can jump in the truck and go take a nap while that thing drives across Texas. I can get way more done, and all it has to do is stay on the freeway.
Exactly. And guess what? You can be paid minimum wage.
Well, yeah, but then
because you're no, that's the issue. And Dan, I know that we've talked about this before, that we can have this driverless technology and have the drivers in the truck, but when we get to the point where the driver doesn't have to actually operate the vehicle for the majority of the time, what's to say that these companies aren't going to dock their pay in half?
I don't know. It's tricky because it's like there's a driver shortage right now. So, I mean, how do you make the driver shortage even worse?
Wait a second. I need to find, oh, here we go. I didn't know you were doing comedy, Paul. Right? There you go.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, I mean, I'm 20 years around this stuff, and it's been a driver shortage the whole time. So, I mean,
right. Yeah. Let's see.
I need drivers driving down the road, maybe not in the truck stops.
Yeah.
So Dan, do you agree with me that if a company had a driver that all he would have to do is basically sit there and basically let the truck drive itself for 1,000 miles? Do you agree with me that the company is going to lower their pay because they don't have to pay them to actually do the driving?
Oh yeah, and well, actually, they'll fire the driver because they'll just put some Chuck Schmo off the street that don't know anything about driving in the seat for $2 an hour.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Yes. I said cruise control. You still have to get off the freeway. We don't have freeway. It's going to be all of us will probably be dead and gone, assuming we all live, past our current age. Nobody's gonna see the driverless truck running around freaking Erie, Pennsylvania, having to break every rule in the book to get around that little town that's my biggest thing. I was on the left-hand side of the road, and this was the only way to get into this freaking plant that I was going to. There was no other way besides through this little town. I was on the left-hand side of the road making a turn to go right. And I had to do that. There's no way in hell. There was cars everywhere. Like, you weren't going to do that. So until
how many cars cut you off?
Oh, well, I'm pretty good at pissing people off. So I block the road before they figure it out when I'm in their face. So I'm pretty good at that. I used to drive local, so I learned how to go backwards before I went forwards. So
I'm going to put the email back in the chat, and I want to say a huge thank you to Laurel from University of Massachusetts Amherst for coming on the program today. Here is the let's see here, and Paul, I will send that to you privately later if you would like it.
I have it you put it in our chat thingy too.
Okay, yeah, I'll have it in the video description as well for people that are watching this on the replay. It's $150 for your time to be a part of this survey, and the biggest thing is that we're giving them the feedback that they're looking for from drivers, and these aren't people that are trying to get information from the trucking company. They want to hear from owner operators. They want to hear from women drivers, from minority drivers. They want to hear from all drivers, and they want to know your thoughts and feelings of the future of trucking and the role AI is going to play in it. So if you do get signed up and you go through there, definitely let them know that you saw this on JJ's Lifted Horizons Sunday Hangout, so that they know where the people are coming from, so that they know that this audience is going and participating in the survey, and definitely be a part of the solution to what is happening with AI in trucking. And then Paul's got driverless semi trucks are on the road in North Texas.
Yep, they're going between Dallas and Houston on Highway 45.
Okay,
And they're
so
on one freeway, and according to this, nobody behind the wheel. So I guess they didn't get that law passed because this is this May of 25. So
okay, yep, they didn't pass the law. Hey, Robert Mack, thank you so much for coming in. We're getting right to the end of the program. Dan, do you have the winner of this week's octane fueled blinker fluid of the week?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me get our drum roll.
I've got the cocktail sauce.
Oops.
Nope, wrong drum roll.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not letting me scroll down, and I don't know why. Let's go here. Okay. There we go.
Gary broke it.
I got
Gary broke it.
Yeah, it's Gary's fault. All right, I got it. Here we go. And this week's winner for Blinker Flu of the Week is number 5. I'm sure I'm going to get a complaint later that it was rigged, or that it was swayed, or rigged.
Not a complaint.
Ignore that country bumpkin down there.
Yep, Dad, I will give you the address info for the drivers so that you can give that out to driver people you know as well. But it's you.
Is that a smoothie you're drinking there, Paul? Inside, is that like some kind of fruit
man,
smoothie?
this
milk.
is original cow milk from Texas, baby.
Oh,
in a
for real?
bottle.
Oh, that's
See?
pretty awesome.
Hey, this is a $7 bottle of milk if you want to keep the bottle.
The email address, if you're interested, is umassfutureoftrucking@gmail.com. That's umassfutureoftrucking@gmail.com. And like I said, I want to thank Laurel for coming on. She didn't know me from Adam, but she was willing to come on and be a part of the program and get that information out for you guys. And the great thing is that she was willing to do it on a time that she's supposed to be spending with family tonight. So I really do appreciate her being on the program tonight. And I do appreciate everybody else being here. Gary, I'm sorry that your phone unalived.
So, is that even a word, unalived?
Yes.
Hey, I watched a video. They said they needed new words for the dictionary. So there you go.
There you go.
Funner.
They've been getting a lot of them.
That's right. I'm trying to get with Mark from. I emailed with back and forth with Mark today from Project 61. Project 61, if you're unaware of it, is a program that is made to help increase the health of truck drivers because we do tend to expire at the age of 61, and they're trying to raise that number. So I'm trying to get Mark from Project 61 on here because I do believe that mental health and physical health go hand in hand, and I like to team up with him as well. So that is in the works, but as for right now, we're getting to the end of our hour. So let's start with TJ and close out the show.
All right. Well, I appreciate you always, Jason, for letting me come on and hang out with you guys. It's always a pleasure. I don't know about all this like AI trucking and stuff. I mean, it seems crazy to me, but I don't know. It's different. Definitely different.
And TJ, I'm glad to see your mustache is grown back.
Oh yeah. I told you I just blow really hard and it just pops right out.
And I'm just going to read Gary's final message. I love Dan and our long walks on the beach holding hands.
So much fun.
Wow.
Dan.
Yeah, you should be jealous. I'm jealous. Hell. Wow. I want to walk on a beach.
Well, I mean, I can't. I'm just going with that.
I don't
Okay,
even walk on
Paul.
the beach in my dreams.
Oh man. Well, let's see. The future is happening. It's coming. We don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. It's coming to a highway near you. Smile. You're already on camera everywhere else. Why not some more mobile cameras on down the road?
Right.
The end.
The end.
The
I
end.
say keep the driver in the truck. Don't let the driverless truck into the dictionary.
We need to bring back sticks. Sorry.
Yeah, bring back sticks.
If you bring back the sticks, if you bring back the manual transmission, there will be no more driverless trucks, right, Paul?
Hell yeah, buddy.
There you go. There you go.
So,
I've
But-
been
Stupid
for a job
automatics.
to start driving again, and a couple of the guys are like, "Oh, we have automatics," and I'm like, "I don't know how to drive those."
Right.
Oh, jeez Louise. Hate
Um,
automatic trucks.
So Gary says the future is coming. Poetic, Paul.
Right?
And Robert Mack, nobody agrees with driverless trucks. At least as far as the little people are concerned. And Dad, I will try and get you as much information as I can when she gets her study done, because I'm interested in that as well. I hope that she does come back on the program when she does get all of her information gathered and kind of has some sort of result. And they'll probably do pre-trips by hiring minimum wage workers to go around the trucks and do the pre-trips and the post-trips. That's kind of my thoughts on it.
Robots.
You're right.
So-
But
I kind
Transform.
of
it'll-
felt like
Transform. They have to transform and do their own pre-trip.
yeah, that's exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, dude, that looks like Transformers almost.
right.
My arm's broken.
Well, I know that we are getting into future technology, and I know there's a lot of things that we're not sure about that is coming down the pike. But the biggest complaint that every driver has is that nobody listens to us. And right now we have Laurel, who's up there at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, that she is looking to listen to us. She's not looking to listen to the trucking companies. She's not looking to listen to the people at the FMCSA or the DOT or anybody like that. She wants to hear from truck drivers. So that is why I wanted to have her on the program. That is why I'm here talking to you guys today. I want you guys to go out there. I want you to use her email address, the UMass Future of Trucking at gmail.com. Sign up for the study and have a conversation. And if it's not for you, it's not for you, but at least have the initial conversation with her and see if it's something that you can do to help her out. Because in order for us to get our message out, we need to talk to people that have the ability to talk to the people that are in power. And I can tell you right now, with the credentials that Laurel has, after the study is done, she's going to have the ability to talk to the people in power that have the means to pull the strings on some of these things. And that is going to be the way that we're able to steer the technology going forward in the future. So instead of being afraid of it, let's be a part of it. And let's steer it in the way that we want it to go. And that is just my 2 cents on it. And I want to hear your thoughts. So put your thoughts in the comments section below and let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you signed up for the study. And just tell Laurel I said hi when you go and do the study, because I know that my audience is respectful, kind, and you guys will go out there and give the best thoughts out of anybody out there, because you guys are the best audience out there. But I appreciate all of you for coming tonight. And always remember, every road leads to a new story. Keep writing yours. We'll see you on the next Sunday Hangout. Have a good night, everybody. God bless.